Hi all, welcome to Racsinfotech. In this video, I'm going to share a couple of Oracle Linux command related knowledge with the practical. I'm going to explain the commands, how we are going to use it, and how we are going to execute it in a live. Okay, this is our part 4. I have all the Oracle Linux commands. There are like more than 300 and 400 commands in Oracle Linux. Huge. But as part of Oracle DBA, what are all the things? Basic Oracle Linux commands, some basics to advanced level. Some of the advanced commands also I have shared throughout these 4 parts. Okay, so this is the 4th part. So in this part, I'm going to cover how to create, okay, OS users. OS means operating system. Operating system is this one, Oracle Linux. Even you can say Windows is one operating system. Okay, if somebody using different operating system like IBM related operating system, HP or Solaris, all these things we treat as an operating system. There's different operating systems, but these 4 parts are related to our Oracle Linux operating system related commands. How we are going to manage? Okay, so straightforward, we are going through these parts. Okay, users, how to create Oracle Linux operating system users, and then how to create groups in Oracle Linux, and how to create a directories, and how we are going to manage the directories, like giving the permission, changing the permission, like read permission, write permission, execution permission. These are all the types of permissions in your in our Linux operating system. Okay, so this knowledge will helpful for the OS admins, Oracle Linux administrators, also Oracle database administrators, Oracle application DB administrators, those who are working on this Oracle Linux servers. These 4 parts will helpful to them. Okay. Okay, let's get started from here. Okay, quick thing. Few of them are asking or posting the comments. Could you share the comments in the text format? Could you share the document? For them, I am saying through this video, I'm saying whatever the videos I am making, more than like most of them, 60 to 70% of the comments and the text I am posting on my blog, Anjani Apps DBA. There you can see it on month wise. You can go or post by post, or you can search directly from here so that you will get the text also. So video, you can see it from the Racsinfotech YouTube channel, and text you will get commands, text you used to get from the Anjani Apps DBA blogspot. Okay. Okay, guys, let us start. So first part, how to create a users and groups creation in Oracle Linux. So if you want to create a user operating system, Oracle Linux operating system level user, you can use user add is the command. User add is the command, space, give the space, this is a space, and then give the name, which name you want to create. Suppose if you want to install Oracle database, so you want to create one Oracle user, or you can give Vara prod, or you can give Vara text, or you can give Vara some other UAT, whatever it is, as per your requirement. These are all the OS users. So if you want to create, you have to give like this, like I'll give you the command from root user, because these are all the OS users and groups, right? So we have to use root user. Hash means root user. Dollar prompt means it is non-root user. Okay, user add command and give the space and give the username whichever you want. Okay, I'll create one Racsinfo, one user. This is my OS user. And if you want to create a group, okay, this is the command where we can use to create a users. And how to create a groups? You can use group add command. This is the command, group add space, give the name. Here Racsinfo I given, right? I'll give you DBA instead of, this is my group, DBA group, and this is my user ID. Racsinfo is my user ID. So by using this user ID and this group, I'm going to install my Oracle database software. Or if you want to install some other SOA, some other any Oracle related products or non-Oracle related products, if you want to install on single server, we need to connect with the multiple users, and then we can do our job. Okay, these two are. So high level, how to create a user? by using user add command, space, give the username. How to create a group? By using group add, space, give the group name. Whatever the group name you want to give, you can give. Okay. New group creation. New group creation in Oracle Linux OS. Okay. Once we created, we need to change the permissions. We need to give the privileges, like this user needs to perform all the read write execution operations, or this group, DBA group, should have read write execute privileges. I'll explain you at the last how we are going to change the permissions, or how we are going to change the um, group user, group owner, three types of options we are having. So I'll show you those as well. Okay, this is the way. And then once you created the user, but we don't know what kind of password we need to use, right? Just we have created the user. So if you want to reset, or if you want to set the password, you can use passwd is the command. This is also you need to do from the root user, passwd space username. Okay, pass WD. What is the username? Racsinfo. And it will prompt you, enter the new password and confirm the or re-enter the new password. That's it. If I can select, I'll set welcome one is the password. So if somebody wants to connect to that server by using this Racsinfo user, OS user, they can use this welcome password. Okay, hope you got it. And these are all the commands. You can go through it. If you want to add a group, this group I have created, this DBA group I want to add to this Racsinfo user. So how we need to go? How I need to add by using directly we can give. This is the direct option. Directly creating the user and giving the group, assigning the group. Or if you want, you have created individually here, and group also you have created individually. If you want to add after the user, existing user, you can use user mode command. User mode space -g means group, and to give this user ID, okay, here group we need to give DBA is my group, and to whom I need to give? I need to give existing user is Racsinfo. So for this user, I am giving DBA group by using this command. Okay, this is what where we are going to use as part. This kind of activity we can do as part of any new software installation or any new users creation at that time. It is not a regular job. Okay, this once you created user, we can use it for lifelong until the server is usable. Okay, this is not a regular task. Okay, guys. So we saw how to create a users, how to create a groups, and how to add a group to user. Okay, I'll show you after end of this session. Okay, I'll show you the practical also. This is the theoretical part. I'll explain it and then we'll go to the lab session as well. Okay, and group addition. If you want to add a group, we can use this command. Okay, group add command. Straight guys, here we can do one thing, like create a group in one command and create a user with group. Directly we can give it. There are multiple ways, no need to confuse. Just learn the basics, and then in our next or future videos we are going to much advanced, like much advanced way we are going to explain. Okay, next one. This is a simple thing. Disk fragmentation commands, or you can say simply disk utilization usage. SCATION, whatever it is. Okay, disk utilization, or what is mean by this disk? Simple. If you are using a Windows operating system, we know how much storage we are having. Okay, we have C drive, E drive, or some other, whatever it is. If you are having only C drive, that's okay. If you are using some computers, we used to use multiple drivers, right? Suppose if I could show you, here I have C drive, D drive, E drive. Okay, these we call it as in Windows operating system. We pronounce these are the drivers. Okay, CD drivers. There we can use our storage, whatever the information you want to use. How much total GB is this much and free is this much. So we can GUI mode we can able to see it. But in our Linux we can use command prompt. Okay, I mean, in that command prompt, we have to see what is our disk usage. How much disk means in Linux operating system language, we call it as mount points. Okay. In Windows, we call it as a drivers. C drive, D drive, not the drivers, drive. C drive, D drive like that. But here in operating system, Linux operating system, we call it as a mount point. Each mount point, how much size, used size and free size, how we need to check. By using this df command, we are going to check it in Linux operating system. Okay, here we have different options. This command you can use it from any user. Any user, if it is a root user, you can use dollar prompt. From any other users, you can use it. Okay, gh means it will show you gigabytes in GBs. If you are mentioning only h, it is going to display the normal. I'll show you that as well. In KBs, MBs also it is going to show. For your normal seeing, how much used, how much free, total, how much GB mount points we are having. That I'll show you. Very simple, and regularly we used to see this. Okay, as part of our job, DBA job or admin job, we used to see regularly this command. Okay, df-kh or df-gh, something like that. We can use it. df-kh. Okay, to check the mount point usage. Okay, free, used, total, size of the mount point. Okay, this we used to see it. I'll show you that as well. And directories, as I said, right? If you want to create folders in Windows, in Linux operating system, we call it as a directory. Okay, suppose if I want to create in my E drive, if I want to create a new folder, we can use right click and then we are going to create a folder, test folder. Okay, so I have created. Here I can place my data, whatever the information I want to. But in Linux, how we are going to create? Okay, by using these commands, mkdir. Okay, you can use dollar prompt or main root prompt. Anywhere you can use mkdir is the command to create a directories. In Windows, we call it as a folders. Okay, but in operating system, Linux operating system, we call directory. Both are like similarly to store the information. That's it. Okay, to store the email, mean whatever the information you want to store in operating system, Linux operating system, we need to create a directory structure to understand what kind of information and what kind of directories we are going to place. User friendly kind of one. Okay, so by using mkdir command, we are going to create. And the same mkdir command, we can use -p. -p means it is going to create inside of the directory one more directory. Like I'll show you an example. Here, I have created the test folder right here. Test folder you have created. Inside of the test folder, I want to create one more test2 folder. Okay, this is another one. Inside of that, another folder I want to create. Okay, test4 folder. So inside of E drive, I have a test folder. Inside of the test folder, I have two more folders. If I want to create here, I need to create one by one. But in our Linux, we have an option to create subdirectories. Inside of the directory, one more directory, you can use -p and give the command. Simple, I'll give you an example. mkdir, okay, -p. I want to create U01 test, test2, test3. So these are all the directories. I have already, if you have already U01, it won't create. If you have already test, it won't create. But if you have a test2, if you don't have a test2 inside of your test, it will create. That is the parent, like it is recursively inside of the directory, it is going to create it. That's where we are going to use -p. If you are not going to use the -p, it is going to create only one directory, and that is also where you are going to initiate this command. In that place it is going to create. That is the difference between mkdir. Okay, example, mkdir make directory. Mk means make, direct, dir means directory, space, give the name test. Okay, inside of the test, it will create only one directory at a time. If you want to create multiple directories inside of this directory, okay, you can use -p option. So this is also we used to create, like we can use it on regular basis as part of our developers, testers, and functional teams. If they requested something they want to create, as a DBA, we need to create it. Okay. Yeah. If you want to remove, if you have created and they did some testing and all, that job is done. So now the directory is not required. The test directory is not required. Our test3 directory is not required. So we need to remove it. Unnecessarily, we should not store unwanted data, right? Unnecessarily, we are going to increase the storage. So if you want to delete, you can use remove command. Okay, rm command. -rf means if you want to remove any specific directory, you have to mention r. R means it refers, it is removing the directory. If you are not mentioning R, it will give you an error. It throws an error. I'll show you that as well. If it is a file, you no need to mention R. Just remove space, give the file name. Okay. I'll give you this. If you want to remove or delete a file from OS, you can use below command rm space file name. So you no need to give the -rf or -r and all. It will, if you are mentioning rf inside of that directory, suppose if you want to delete this, so just make the, remove space -rf and give this path test. Inside of this test, we are having two more directories. It may have a couple of files. Okay. So everything is going to clear it up. So make sure while you are going to use remove command, cross check once or twice. Okay. This is very dangerous command. If you are removing once, you will not get recover. Okay. It is not a database to restore it from the backups and other things. Be cautious while you are using remove. Remove is a dangerous command. Okay. And very useful. Unwanted data it is going to remove. This is the only command where you are going to use it to remove the unwanted data from the operating system, Linux operating system. Okay, hope you got it. Now we saw how to create a users, how to create a group, how to add a group to user, existing user here by using user mode command. Okay. And we saw how to check the mount point sizes in GBs or MBs. And we saw how to create a directory and how to create a subdirectories, and how to remove a directory and how to remove a file. These are all the very basic and regular jobs as part of our DBA, or somebody those who are using, okay, somebody are using this operating system, Linux operating system. These commands will be useful for them as well. And now permissions. What is meant by this permission? Okay, if I want to explain each and everything, it may take a lot of time. So I'm going to give you a high level things. Okay, there is a file which you want to access. Okay, simply I'll draw one thing. So here we have one file is there, or else I'll give you, this is a server, DB server. Inside of this server, we are having 10 users, OS users. These 10 users can able to connect to the server, but each user is having their individual data. Okay, individual data. These 10 users, maybe two people are from DBA, five people from the developers, okay, another one person from the technical, and remaining three peoples from different application team or some other team. Okay, these 10 peoples are accessing this server, database server, but DBA is the admins. Okay, these guys are having admin privileges. So whatever the data these guys are writing, that should not modify, that should not read from these guys. We have to restrict the access. The same server all together, all 10 people are trying to connect, but we need to restrict the access. Depends upon their group, depends upon their roles. How we are going to do it? By using these permissions. Change mode and change owner will be there. Okay, change owner is a different one to change the ownership from DBA to developer, or developer to DBA, like that. Okay, but change mode, it is going to restrict the access to different groups, different users, different uh, functionalities. Whatever the DBAs are writing, these guys should not read, these guys should not modify. Whatever the developers are doing, DBA can do, read, they can do anything. Even if they want to restrict them, DBAs, they can do that. Okay. So if you want to segregate the roles and responsibilities, if you want to give the protection to the data as per their designation, as per their groups, we are going to use these commands, permissions commands. 755 is having one kind of permission. 777 is having one kind of permission. We'll explain that. Okay, we'll explain that. Okay, now chmod is the command to give the permissions to the folders or directories or the files in operating system. Okay, if you want to give other execution permission, some other permission, you can use o plus x also. Others plus execution command. Okay, that's a different story. No need to go in depth of that. I'll explain you high level things. Okay. So we have created, I'll show you how to create a directories also. I'm going to create a Rax group, Racsinfo user and DBA group. I'm going to change the privileges -rf 777 to user Racsinfotech. And the group DBA group is there. And I'm going to create one file, Rax text. Okay, this folder should owned by Racsinfotech user and DBA group. This folder, apart from this user and this group, others cannot modify, cannot write anything inside of that. Okay, that kind of privilege. How I can do that? By using this command. Okay, chmod -rf DBA user can first 7, it denotes the user who is owns this file. So owner of that user is Racsinfo. Next one, group can do only read and execution, not the modification. So 750. Others, apart from this user and this group, others cannot read, cannot see this folder information. Even they try to access, they cannot. So this is the privilege. Okay, I'll explain each and everything, how the 7 will come and how we'll give 5 and all. Okay, this is the way we are going to do it. That is the change mode. If I want to change the ownership, change own -rf to, instead of Rax info, I'll create one more user, that is test user. And the group DBA only I used to give for this Rax test file or folder. In this way, I'm going to change the ownership from Rax info to test user. By using this change owner command, we can do that. Okay, change mode and change owner, very important. Most of the time we used to use these commands on regular basis as and when we have any kind of specific requests. And ps command, very useful and regularly we used to do. Okay, it displays the processes, what are all the processes running on your server. Okay, I'll show you live also. -ef we are going to mention, it will display all the processes which are running. Okay, ps, it will show you the, I'll give you one by one command and I'll show you. grep is going to filter. Okay, it is the filter where you can get, suppose if you can use ps-ef pipe grep so and so number, it will give you all the whichever you have mentioned the process ID. I have given httpd, whatever the http related process is running, it will filter. This will show everything. Okay, it pipe grep is going to filter only this value, it will be displayed. Okay, that is where if you want to see specific one, again you can use one more grep and then you can view it. And kill is the command where you can kill the running processes. I'll show you the processes. Okay, as part of our lab. Kill is the command. -9 is the standard. Kill -9 is the standard command where you can able to give the process ID or the name of the job. It will kill it. Or else we have another option, kill -9 space -1. It will kill all the processes. It will kill all the, including your process. Okay, I'll show you what is mean by this process and all. Once you saw, you can able to understand that process. Okay. So kill -9, this one you can leave it. Okay. Now these are all the comments. I'll show you and practically also one by one. And as I said, I'm going to explain what is mean by this 777. Okay. First seven denotes your user who owns this file or directory. Second one is the group who owns this file or the directory. Another seven denotes the others. Apart from that user and a group, others can able to modify or read or execute the files. So these three are first seven. It denotes user ID. Next one is group. Third one is others. Okay. Let me take you there. Yeah, here it is. Read, write, execute. So we can see it. There are 9x here. Each and every file or directory, whenever you are going to create, there will be like this. And then it is going to show you user ID, then group, then it is going to size and date, file name. In this way, in your operating system level, it is going to store. Okay. So first three X or three things will denotes user ID. So which user we have, this you suppose this file is Racsinfo. Okay. This file name belongs to this user ID. Under this user, we have created this file and we have assigned by default this group is assigned to this file name. So those who are connected to this server using this user ID, they can do what they can do is whatever we have defined here, read, write, execute. If you can see here, read, write, execute. So this user can able to do this file. They can read it, they can modify it, and they can execute it. Okay, execute means if it is an SQL or it is an SH file, shell file, they can execute it. And second 3x will show you the group. So if this group, if you want to somebody DBA group, suppose we have given DBA. So this DBA, instead of this user ID could be different. Okay, Racsinfo 2 or Racsinfotech, some other user, but the user is belonging to this group. Then what that group users can do is, if you can mention the privileges, if you can give 0, okay, if you are not mentioning anything, then this group people cannot do anything on this file. They cannot modify, they cannot read, they cannot execute it. But if you can mention 7, another 7, it means those who connected to this DBA group, they can read the file, this file, they can modify this file, and they can execute the file. Third 3x, it denotes others. Apart from this user and this group of this file, others can able to access, or others can able to what they can do. We can restrict them. Here if we can mention 0, others can't do anything on this file. They cannot read it, they cannot open it, they cannot do anything. But if you can mention 2, okay, or you can mention rxx, so they can able to read this file, but they cannot do anything. But if you can mention write, only write privilege, okay, they can only write this information. And but we cannot provide the write directly instead of giving these things. Okay, and execute we can give it only if they want to. They cannot modify it also. Okay, they cannot modify it, but they can execute the file. So others can do these things. So these are all the different scenarios where you can update it. I'll show you practically so that you can understand. Okay. Okay, these are all the comments I want to show you as part of this video. Let me quickly jump to our session and I'll show you one by one. As I said, if you want to create a user, okay, you can use user add, okay, Racsinfo. So user add Racsinfo. It will throw an error, I know that, because we connected with the normal user. Okay, this command will work from the root user. Permissions denied. Okay, that's where we need to connect. How to connect from one user to another user in OS level? You can use sudo command, sudo switch hyphen means root, or else you can mention root. in this way. Okay, it is asking the password for your Oracle. Okay, so if you want to switch directly to the root, give this one. What is, does the Oracle is doesn't have the root privilege, or else what? Switch to root. Okay. So you need to set whether you want to use a sudo switch or you want to use a switch. So just sudo or privileges to this Oracle user. But if you can use switch, SU, sudo user. S means sudo, U means user. Shortcut. Space hyphen means redirect to root user. Here I have entered the root password. So from normal user prompt to hash root user I have connected. Done. Now from here I can use this command. Okay. I can use this command to create. Yes, it is not throws an error because earlier it shows permission denied, but here it created. Check whether the user is created or not. See here, that user is created automatically. That group has been, where it is, Racsinfo. Okay, groups by default these things has been created. Now I want to create a group. Okay, group add DBA. DBA group already exists, so it won't create it. If I want to create apps, so apps group has been created. Now, where we can check all the groups which are there in this server, cat space etc groups, group. Okay, here you can see on the top we have huge number of groups. These are all the groups, different things. Okay, let me give you this snapshot so that you guys can able to practice it from your end. Here I have given, okay, in this blog post. So we can able to see all the groups which are there. Like here you can see apps user, which apps group which we have created just before. DBA group is there here, see, and apps, whatever we have created latest, that is ID also it has been created. Now ID Racsinfo, I need to add, I want to add this apps user to this group. How to do that? User, where it is, mod or what is this? User mod hyphen G and the group name. Okay. US user mod hyphen G apps and give the username. Done. Now you can check. See here. Earlier it is shows all username only. Okay. It is not, and group also it is showing the same username, but it is not the actual group ID. So after I have modified, instead of Racsinfo user and same group, same user, I want to update apps is my group. How I did? By using user mode. Okay. This is the way where we can add a group to users. Okay. Racsinfo group also there. That's where it is going to take by default Racsinfo group. That's okay. Done. Anything else we are going to, if you want to set the password, so we need to reset the password for that Racsinfo user, right? So let me reset the password for Racsinfo, whatever we have created, this user. How to change this OS user password? Pass WD space, give the user ID. So here it is prompting new password. Okay. I have given and enter the password. So we have successfully reset the password for this Racsinfo user. Okay, in this way we are going to reset the password for OS. So 3 commands we learned from this session. Now check the disk space and all. Okay, this you can do it from the root user or different user. What is the command we need to use? Let me clear it. df-kh. See, these are all the mounts. Okay, dev shm u01. See, this is the user percentage. 0%, 43%, 56, 100%. This is a different one. So we don't need to. This is a shared disk. So shared disk, if it is 100% filled, it won't affect the server. But any one of these mount points is filled 100%, this server will be hanged. It won't accessible. Okay, that is a scenario where we need to check. And used, this is the used percentage or user size, and this is availability size, and this is used percentage and total size of these mount points. Each mount point, this is 70 GB, this is something 24 GB, Okay, 51 MB, 517 MB, all those things. 277 GB. Okay. Now DF, if I can give only DF, see, it shows on blocks. It is very difficult to read it, right? That's where I can use -kh. It will show you in GBs. Okay. That is the difference where you can use DF command. Okay, let me take this snap and we'll paste on our post so that you can, it will be reference. So you can practice all the options. Okay. Then directories. Now we can see another one, how to create a directories in operating system level. Okay, PWD. So inside of this root directory, I have all these things. So if I want to create a new directory, rax mkdir. See earlier, do we have this rax directory here? We don't have. Okay. After you used make directory, rax has been created. Now, who is the user for this rax? Root user. This is a user and this is a group. Root user and root group. And these are all the permissions. Okay. As I said, this is for user, root user privilege. And next three hyphens are belongings to your group. And next three are apart from this user and group, others can able to do what they can do. They can read and execute this folder, and whoever connected with group, this root group, they can do read and execute. Whoever connected with this root user, they can do read, write, execute. All privileges we have given to this. Okay. And inside of this racks, if I want to switch from one position to another, I want change the directory by using cd command. Cd means change directory space, give the directory name. And if you want to check what are all the files available inside of the directory, ls-ltr, there is no files. Okay, that's it. So now, if you want to come back one step, use cd space dot dot. Okay. In our previous post, I have given all these commands. You can go through it. Okay. Okay. Now I came one step back. Okay. See here. Somebody will say one step forward I came. Somebody will say one step back. That's up to you. That's understanding. So now we can use make directory, multiple subdirectories. How we are going to create mkdir -p rax, rax1, rax2, rax3, racks 4. So inside of this rack, we already checked there is no files, total 0. I just came back, and from here, I'm going to create 3 subdirectories inside of this racks. Okay, see 3 subdirectories inside of the track. Let me take a snap and then I'll post it there so that you can understand quickly. Now, done. So let us go inside of this racks. Earlier we checked, we haven't seen anything, total 0 files. Now we have rax2. See, rax2 subdirectory, it is a directory. D means, you can see it's the file or directory. It will denotes you. If it is showing D, left hand side corner, left hand side here, if it is showing D, it means it's a directory. If it is not showing anything, hyphen, then it is a file. See here, hyphen, it is a file. We cannot go inside, we can open it. But this is the D. D means directory. We can go inside by using cd command and we can see it if any other files are there. That is the different file and directory. How we are going to differentiate if it is a file or directory depends upon this value. If it is D, directory. It is hyphen, it file. Okay. Inside of the racks 2, racks 3 should be there. Inside of the rack 3, rack 4 should be there. Inside of racks 4, nothing. We haven't created anything. Clear? So it will create inside subdirectories inside of that. Okay. This is a command where we can learn it. And then how to delete the things, change permissions. We can go with this. Okay. Instead of delete, change permissions. How we are going to change the permissions? See here, I'll go home, directly cd racks. What is the user it is having? Root user and root group. I want to change to Racsinfo user DBA group. How to change? chon-rf Racsinfo :DBA to this racks. Done. Now check. Instead of root user and root group, it changed to Racsinfo user and DBA group. And you can see I have given -rf. It means inside of this racks directory, other things also it is going to change the ownership. Racsinfo DBA. Okay, this is what I want to show you from here. Even inside of that Rax2 also it is going to change it. And then we can change the permission. As of now, it is having what permission is having 755. Okay, 415. Okay, 755 is there. Now I want to change it to 700. Ch mode -rf 700. This is 755. I said R means 4. Okay, here simple. See, you can see it here. RWX. Okay, RWX. R means 4, W means 2, X means 1. If I can give 7, for first 3 words will come RWX. I can give 0 and 0. Next 3 words will become a dash 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 and nothing. And next 3 words 0. So it will change it. If I can give 755 privilege chmod -rf 755 to this folder, it will change it to rwx r dash x r dash x. If I can give 775 privilege rwx rwx r hyphen w, sorry, x. If I can give 750 rwx r hyphen w, this is 0, right? Dot dot dot. This is the way it is going to change, so that you can calculate and then you can give the privilege according to this number. Okay. Okay, now let me give chmod 77700. I have given. Now you can check the permission. See here, as I said, 700. It means this group DBA group can't access anything and others cannot access anything. If I can give 750, now check 750. The Racsinfotech user can do read, write, execute, and the group DBA group can do read, not write, and execute it can do. Others can't do anything. So in this way, we are going to change the permissions. Ownership and the permissions. Ownership is in our previous post. Now we can see this thing. Okay. Now coming to our PS and the kill commands. Simple. What are all the services running? What are all the processes running on this server? PS-EF, if you can say, see here, all these processes running. Some are root user, some are Oracle user, these OS users. Okay. Lot of processes are running. So I don't want to see all the processes. I want to see specific process. So that you have to give PS-EF pipe grep SMON or some other thing. So it is a database background process. So vara underscore SMON, it denotes the database background process and the SID instance name. So it will filter. Pipe grep is going to filter all the processes. Here it is showing lot of processes, right? Out of all of them, it is going to display only this process. That is the difference between PS-EF and PS pipe grep command. Okay, pipe grep command. And if you want to kill any specific process, you can use kill-9, something like that. Okay, kill-9 and give the process. This is the process ID. Okay, sleep second 60 is there. I just want to kill it. So there is no process it is showing. So if you can kill any one of that process by using kill-9, okay, and give the process ID. So this is the process ID. If you want to kill, give kill-9 and the PID, process ID. That will kill that process. But don't do that because if you are killing the SMON process, your database is going to shut it down. Okay. Yeah, I just want to explain cron job also, but I didn't get a time prolonging. In our next video, I'm going to share that as well. Okay. Okay, guys. And if somebody new to this channel, if you are liking this channel, subscribe our Racsinfotech YouTube channel. Okay, this is our Racsinfotech. Here more than 116 videos. This is the 117th video. All are DBA related. Not only Oracle, we are going to explain our sharing, Exadata, Postgres, other databases, Oracle Cloud, Oracle Apps DB, knowledge, everything. Okay, and the text Somebody asking me frequently, share the script, share me the text, or share me the document. Guys, everything I have posted in my blog, you can get it from here. Okay. Thank you all. Have a good day.